founded Amour Propre 6 years ago in 2020 when I wanted the opportunity to educate my children outside of baking cookies, cakes, and pies. And of course, giving them the opportunity to get educated on computers all day, every day during the pandemic. And I started to make hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer was my very first product outside of a couple of random products that I had. And I blew up, my business blew up. I made $20,000 my first month in business. And I was really excited about continuing to see what I could build from there. So we're at almost 500 products that I've cultivated and created over the last 6 years. And we are scaling. We've been scaling for about 2.5 years, trying to whittle our way down from the 450 products to our top 10. I've gotten it down to about 80 that I regularly make. I made about 4 products today. I made 3 products yesterday. I pretty much make about 3 to 4 days a week. I sell the other few days of the week and do all the paperwork mailing every day of my life. And when I can take a break, I do. But one of the things that I want to incorporate into my life more is talking to you all. I did a thing. I did a few things, actually. This is a thing. Being on live is a thing for me because what most people don't know about me, because I have a very public persona, is how private I really am and how I do not care for the spotlight. I don't. I sang background in church for 17 years. And I want to say it was the 10th year of doing that people could even figure out that I could sing. They had no idea. They were like, what? You don't just sing, you sang. Like, yeah, well, okay. So does everybody else who usually has the microphone in the front. But I think just me not boasting about it and craving it and begging for it, I don't have a need to be in the spotlight. I don't have a need to be in front of a camera. Can I work a camera? Honey, yes, she can work a camera. However, as I get older, I get more quiet and more peaceful. I have so much peace within myself about myself and who I am and how my life is running, I cannot control the chaos of others. I see the chaos around me, but it is not my life that is chaotic. So I enjoy that peace, but I also realize that peace is meant to be shared. And I've not only gotten so many tugs on my heart, but we'll call it a push, a direct shove from one of my business coaches who was like, girl, you got all this personality. You have all these products. You have your group of people who know about you, but why aren't you bigger than this? This is ridiculous. And I'm like, I just don't want to blow up and excuse. I want to walk into my success and reasons why and blah, 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 blah. She said, sis, if you don't get off this phone with me and get yourself on a live and start streaming and going live on a regular basis. And I'm like, regular basis? Ooh, I do too many other things on a regular basis. But it is super important for me to put a face and a name and a voice and, mi manos, my hands to the public, because I have created over 15,000 handmade products since 2020. Let that sink in. And I say that knowing that, the average baker would do that in a year of individual baking products. But my products are different. They're not meant for instant consumption. They're meant to last for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, 12 months, depending on the product. And they take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of cultivation. And I think because of my presentation, people forget and or don't know that. So I have to start emphasizing it much, much more because I am a literal crazy person. I say that with all sincerity. I am unmedicated. I'm not mental, but who does that? Who hand creates thousands of products a year to ship to tens of hundreds of countries in the world, states and countries in the world? I do. And I sell in person, and I love meeting people and giving people individual time so that whatever their issue is, I probably have a product that can solve it. So I enjoy what I do. I am very blessed to have, first of all, to be in partnership with someone who allows me to fulfill my dream of being a creator and being home a lot, to be able to follow my destiny and my path and create solutions that help everyday people with everyday problems. Our slogan shifted from live in love, which is always going to be present, but our real slogan is clean beauty for all and treat yourself kindly. I say those things all the time because we have initiatives to ensure that for every product that we sell, we give product away to people who are in need, whether they're in my specific passion is pregnant women in halfway houses and homeless shelters. And I also give to various other organizations that are doing good work. And so if somebody requests, I need 100 of this or 250 of that, know that I make those individual products for those individual people. And a lot of love, a lot of time, a lot of energy and effort goes into everything that I do. So I'm spending a little bit of time talking about who I am and why I do this because the real topic of the day is going to be women's health and feminine health care because as I have evolved as a business owner and as a company, and I've learned so much over the last 6 years, and there's so much more to learn, and I remain open and coachable. One of the things that I realize I have to do, and it is not a desire of mine, I love how things are, but everything great, anything great, has to evolve or it will not remain great. And I am evolving as an organization, I'm evolving as a business owner. And one of the things that I have to do is scale down to my top 10 products so that I can eventually scale back up to the majority of the products that I have and expand from there because I'd like to consider myself the Black Honest Company. And they've got so many divisions and products of different areas that they serve people's personal hygiene needs, as well as baby items and household items. I want to get there. But the only way to get there is to start with one product that is co manufactured. The second part is co-manufacturing with my recipes, with my ingredients, which is very expensive. It's very expensive. I pride myself in keeping my prices low. So again, I offer clean beauty for all people. And the majority of the people say my prices are great. I'm not here to sell something in an exorbitant amount just to say it's luxury. If I sell it at the price I'm selling it, it's because calculations have gone into that. I take a lot of pride in doing that. Now, prices are going up because of you know who, but that's just raw material costs and it's shipping costs and all that stuff that we all as business owners have to deal with. But ultimately, my goal and my purpose is to ensure that I stay focused on my mission, which is to provide clean beauty for all and to remind people to treat themselves kindly as they live in love every day of their lives. It is such a beautiful practice to practice self love and self care as a staple and not as a option in life. And so I'm very grateful to offer this to the world. So that is enough introduction. I want to talk about why I'm here. And I had notes. I had notes, guys. I had notes. And my goal was to print them out, and I forgot to do that. So let me see what I can grab here to make sure that I stay on track because I really do have things that I want to say and ensure that I am taken care of. So I'm going to read a couple of things just so you get the introduction about what we're doing. So dun, 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 dun. Introducing Yoni Talk Live with Tahera Rene Christy. This is not yet another live stream. This is a safe, judgment free zone where real women can come together and get answers about her wellness. It's the kind of answers you don't always get in traditional spaces. And we're talking about absolutely everything from everyday maintenance to those who wait to see if something's normal or not. Because the truth is, many women experience these more common issues down there. And because it's not rare, it shouldn't be silenced. I want to bring some attention to those topics because it is very important to take care of women's health. And one of the most important ways is to cover the topic at hand, which seems to be such a hush thing on the internet. We talk about everything else when it comes to a woman, but her health becomes a very difficult So, we're going to talk about things like this: maintaining your natural balance and freshness, navigating discomfort and irritation, and unexpected changes. We're going to understand what your body is communicating to you. Yes, our bodies actually communicate to us. We don't listen to at times, but it is communicating. So, we're going to support our bodies through different lifestyle changes and create daily routines and rituals that can help you feel clean, confident, and in control. No filters, no judgment, no topic is off limits. You know, I had filter free with Tahera Rene Christy in the past. I want to talk about it as is. Of course, sometimes on certain platforms, I have to use coded language because they have issues with science. I don't understand the problem with speaking about things scientifically, but hey, I'm on someone else's platform. I understand. So this matters. I want you to understand this matters now more than ever because women are more intentional about what they're putting on their bodies. And we are reading labels more and asking more questions and demanding better. But now we need the education behind the demand for the products that we're asking for. So you can't fully care for yourself if you don't understand yourself. And that's what I'm here to do. Yoni Talk Live is going to become this powerful bridge that will gap the curiosity and give you clarity. You deserve to feel informed and you deserve to feel confident. And most importantly, you deserve to feel good about your own body. So I'm going to help you get there. And as the founder of Amour Propre, we believe that self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And when it comes to her care, I'll also be sharing ways to support your wellness routine with clean, thoroughly crafted products that are designed to complement your lifestyle. It's not just about my products. This is really an education. This is part of my give back to the community to offer solutions and information and guidance that is an ongoing conversation, not just a one-time thing. So join me live every Tuesday and Thursday from 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time till usually 3:30. If we go longer, it'll be till 4 on days that we have more questions. But in the beginning, it'll be 30 minutes of consistent time with me. I'm really excited to offer that to you guys on these platforms. So bring your questions, bring your real life experience. Nothing is too much, nothing's too small, nothing's too crazy to talk about. Definitely follow me on Love Amour Propre. That's LOVAMOURPROPRE on all platforms. And we will find a way to make sure that this is available on all platforms. This is your space. I am simply here to help facilitate it. So thank you for coming on this journey with me. And we will continue to talk. So today's episode, for the next few minutes, we're going to talk about what is normal. Is this normal? Whatever this is, whatever you may be experiencing, we're going to decode what your body is trying to tell you. Yes, your body does communicate. It communicates to us all the time, especially our feminine hygiene is communicated all the time. The hard part is we don't listen. We just decide that, oh, it'll go away. Oh, I'll talk to the doctor if it starts burning or hurting. Oh, I'll cover up the smell with some perfume. And that is not okay. That is not normal. Now, as a person who creates products that have scent and smell in them, I try really, really hard to ensure that everything that I use is sourced correctly, is natural and organic, and is appropriate in pH, number one, and also in ingredients for the specific area of the body that you're using it in. Our bodies down there for her has a natural lactobacilli bacteria that remains acidic in that environment. Down there, it's actually supposed to be a pH of 3.8 to 4.5. When we talk about pH, hey, Talia, when we talk about pH is 7. Everybody knows pH is 7. It's right in the middle. It's not alkaline. It's not acidic. It's balanced, right? And we're usually talking about water when we talk about pH, but it's any type of environment that has any type of wetness essentially has a pH to it. And a 7 being perfect, it's not perfect, it's just balanced for specific things. But when it comes to our bodies, our physical bodies, our skin, our arms, our legs, the acidity there is about an 8, can be a 9. It's actually more alkaline, right? Whereas our face is about a 5 of acidity. You think, well, our face is acid? I thought we were supposed to be drinking alkaline water. The alkalinity that we drink, for example, or alkaline-based foods, greenery, anything fresh, all of those things are to make sure our inside stay alkaline, because an alkaline body reduces the opportunity for disease to form in the body. So we want alkalinity inside of our body, but mostly on the outside, we want acidity, except for our arms, our legs, our feet. Our face needs acid and our groin needs acid, male or female. You need acidity down there. And for the female body, it is between a 3.8 and a 4.5. Well, you may ask yourself, okay, Tahera, that sounds really scientific. How do I know if my products are that? They don't typically say that on the product themselves. And that is very true. Some people have purchased pH strips where you can test the pH of various things. I know I have several. I obviously do this, so I actually have a machine I work with, but you can purchase it to know it that. But you can also ensure that your products are the proper pH for you by testing the how you feel when you use them. Typically, if you are washing your groin with soap, bar soap, liquid soap, heavy chemicals, things of that nature, you will begin to itch. Universal you, male, female, old, young, doesn't matter. You will begin to itch. If not when you're being cleaned, cleansed, stripped of your natural essence, you will ultimately start feeling that once it dries. Because the secondary thing that I want, especially women to understand, but men too, is the question is, what do you do to moisturize your groin area? And most people do nothing. I usually run into the extremes of women. I get a lot of DMs, by the way, about vaginal problems. And this is why I decided to just create an online forum, because I don't want anybody to feel bad about this. This is normal. We 50% of the population has one. Some of the population wants one. Either way, you should learn how to take care of one, right? Because the rest of people are connected some way with trying to use coded word. I want to say vaginal health, but I don't want to get in trouble, but women's health, right? So the whole point is you want to be able to properly take care of yourself. And the ways to do that is not nothing, AKA I'll just put water on it, and not everything, AKA I'm douching, I'm soaping, I'm just using the soap I used on my face or my body to wash my groin area. That's not okay. So the cool part is you have the opportunity to find the balance for that part of your body. Balance is not 7 for your groin, anyone's groin. pH balance for the groin area is between a 3.8 and a 4.5. So you definitely want to pay attention to what you're using. And most other products, I'll tell you right now, if a product is gel based or liquid soap based and it's for the private areas, it is providing, even if it's gentle, it's providing way too much cleanser or soap for that part of the body. You don't need to douse it with all the soap in the world. It's not going to get rid of the smell. It's not going to get rid of a bad taste. It's not going to get rid of an infection. It's just going to mask that area for the moment. And those changes are going to resurface once everything dries and once you start moving and life begins to happen. So it is important to use a light cleanser. I recommend a foaming cleanser because that foam provides you with just enough cleanser, not soap, cleanser to strip away anything that is, life, working out, being intimate, things of that nature, sweat, whatever accumulates there. It'll cleanse away the majority of that feeling. And then once you moisturize, that will lock in the moisture in that part of your body so that you feel fresh and go about your day not smelling outside of what's not normal. So let's talk about not normal. Well, let's talk about normal. Once we talk about what's normal, we'll talk about what's not normal. So a woman's health down there should smell a certain way, right? There should always be a scent, but the scent should not be offensive, right? So a slightly tangy or musky scent is normal. There are going to be changes to that scent throughout the cycle of her life, as well as throughout the month because of menstruation. And a stronger scent will be present when you sweat or have intimate moments. What is not normal is a stronger fishy smell, It's usually because of an imbalance, and bacterial vaginosis is very common, more common than people know, which is why we have solutions for that. A yeast smell or bread-like smell with discomfort, or a foul or a rotten odor. If you can smell you from outside your clothes, you need to see a doctor. Okay. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's something to do something about. It's like going to the dentist. Nobody wants to go to the dentist. It's like doing taxes. I just finished mine. Nobody wants to do taxes. But you got to do it. So you got to take care of yourself so that you can continue to live free. So your body shouldn't smell like a perfume counter either. It should be natural, and that's a sign that your body's doing what it's supposed to do. The vag, I wonder if I can say that, vag, it's vag, it's not technically the whole word. We'll call it the kitty for now. Okay. The kitty, meow, is like the ocean. And the ocean, people dump stuff in the ocean. People, fish pee in the ocean all day. Boats go in there. There's all kinds of things that happen to the ocean. But you can go all over the world, and there are beautiful white sandy beaches with clear water and beautiful ocean. Why? Because the tide comes in and the tide goes back out, and the ocean has a natural filtration system that cleanses itself in spite of humans, and it makes the ocean amazing. Well, the kitty, meow, I kind of have to do that after I say kitty every single time, meow, has a natural cleansing system that is like the tides of the ocean. The tides come in, they go out, it's cleansed, and then it refreshes itself naturally. Now, when you can't refresh naturally, well, then you've got to figure out what's going on that's causing that imbalance. And sometimes it can be hormones, it could be your age, it could be your stress level, it could be medications you're on, if you drink a lot of water or not, if you're drinking other things outside of water, all that comes out there. I often tell a lot of my girlfriends who, have, heavy periods. I'm like, what did you eat this month? And they're like, what, this month? Well, yeah, because our menstruation is literally like a report card of how your body is processing the foods that you eat. Nobody wants to think about it like that. Skinny people certainly don't want to think, that food is bothering them, because it doesn't seem like it has an effect. Whereas someone who's overweight, you can physically see how food is having an effect on them. But nobody thinks about how it has an effect on how your hair grows or how you smell down there. All of it works together, right? So good in, good out, bad in, bad out. It's literally that simple. And so it's totally normal to have moisture around ovulation, less moisture before after your cycles, and temporary dryness during stress or postpartum periods. It's not normal to have persistent dryness that causes discomfort, pain during intimacy, or sudden drastic changes without explanation. And so if you're getting sharp pains or having issues, that's something to definitely talk to your doctor about. We can talk about discharge. Discharge, there are normal patterns and there are not normal patterns. So what's normal is clear and stretchy, especially around ovulation, because the body is doing what it's supposed to do. Eggs are being released and they need something to cushion themselves on their way out during menstruation. Milky or white during your cycle is normal. Slightly yellow tint when it's dried can happen, but no strong odors. All of those things are absolutely normal. What's not normal is green, gray, or chunky texture accommodated by itching or irritation or sudden heavy changes in odor. If one day you smell like a lily naturally, and the next day it smells like you just went to go crabbing, crab fishing, then there's a problem. So you want to do something about that. Your body does clean itself, but the goal is to not stop that process. It's to understand what it's telling you. Again, this is about your body communicating with you, okay? So the other thing, we were talking about pH earlier. I want to go back to this just to kind of get it out. The vagina, of course, is acidic. No harsh soaps, douching, or fragrance that will disrupt your balance. The disruptions lead to irritation and imbalances. So don't overwash, don't scent. Tight clothes don't help you. Definitely antibiotics will affect you. So probiotics is a great thing to take. And high sugar diets will cause a lot of disruption in your body. So we talked a little about that, but most of these problems you can fix, but they're actually caused by trying too hard to fix them. So Don't go overboard. Don't do the most to try and rebalance yourself. This is where you need professional help or getting a second or third opinion about what you should do. Just because it's down there and it is a private area doesn't mean you don't have to seek out information or knowledge about how to take care of yourself. So let's talk about what you should clean. Let's break this down. What needs to be cared for and what cleans itself. Now, there is a difference, and I won't use technical terms because of the live, right? But I'm going to describe it so that you understand what I'm talking about. I always say with my products, people are like, well, how do I use it? I say, you wipe it from your fupa to your poopa, front to back, right? Just as you would wipe. And that front to back part is what we're talking about, that external area of your groin. That includes lips, outer tissue, and visible areas. Okay, use a mild, non-irritating cleanser or just warm water. The or just warm water is when you're rinsing because you haven't had crazy activity, no gym, no intimacy. It's just been you hanging out all day. That's okay. It is okay to use warm water from time to time, but that is not every day. You should be cleansing. And I don't say washing because a cleanse is much gentler, right? The internal canal, right? The actual kidney that babies come out of. It is a self-cleaning organ. It does not need your help. It does not need you putting anything in that could potentially go inside past the cervix into other parts of the internal parts of your body that only doctors go into. You should not be trying to cleanse up there. If you have issues that are causing you to want to cleanse that part of the body, that's when you seek a professional. It does not need an internal wash, and douching is not recommended. So just it disturbs your bacteria. We all have bacteria. Bacteria is a great thing. It's all about balance, right? So wash the outside, respect the inside by leaving her the hell alone. She don't want to be bothered by you, okay? It already knows what it's doing. So let her do what she's going to do. All right. So I think I covered most of my notes here. Yeah, we did good. So this was just my little rundown of who I am and what we're going to be talking about when we do these lives. Because again, my goal is every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. You're going to join me. I'm going to be here in my room. You will see it evolving over time. And we're just going to talk about these issues. So the more information you're able to get, the more questions I expect to get from you about how I can help you to learn more about yourself and your body and a body of someone you may love. So I want to thank you so much for joining me with, what is the name of this? It's live. Wait, Yoni Talk Live. I just made the name yesterday. Okay. I think I should write it on my board. Thank you for joining me for Yoni Talk Live. We're going to do this again. I did bring products and whatnot to talk about, but we didn't need to talk about that today. There will be time for that where you can get recommendations on what you should be using for yourself and why they're important. But next week's topic, just so you are aware of, next Tuesday's topic, so you are aware, because I want to continue to have these discussions and I want you guys to tune in and tell a friend, because everybody needs to have somebody to talk about this stuff too. We're going to talk about freshness versus fragrance, what clean really means down there. I'm going to go into the details of that. We talked a little bit about it today, but we're going to go in more depth. And this is, again, an opportunity for you to come and bring your live questions that I'm so excited to answer for you. So thank you for joining me, Yoni Talk Live. My name is Tahera Rene Christy, founder and creative director of Amour Propre, Wellness and Beauty. And I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Thank you. Okay.